jokes. Like I did get in trouble with Alberta genuinely online. They got very mad at me in Alberta, which I feel like Alberta generally, like if the provinces of Canada were a family, Alberta would kind of be like our estranged father. It's like, you know, it can be kind of homophobic, kind of racist, but they do pay for everything. And they're our money, we need them, you know? Even though they're always kind of having a tantrum, they're like, you don't respect us, you don't appreciate what we do for you, you know? And we're like, all we're asking is for you to be nicer to immigrants. That's all. And they're like, we're done. We're leaving. You know? And we're like, are you? And we're like, no. I don't know how to read. That's not even the joke that got me in trouble. The joke that got me in trouble, I was touring in Alberta, found out through that tour that they have a town called Slave Lake. Yeah, one time somebody was in, like I was in Toronto, did the show, so I said Slave Lake, and then a guy in the crowd who was from Calgary went, it's actually great Slave Lake. I was like, maybe don't correct me on that. You can just leave it, even if that is right. But it turned out there's a great Slave Lake in the Northwest Territories, there's Lesser Slave Lake, and then the town of Slave Lake. And that's where I did this show, and it was a wild name for a town, crazy name for a town. Embarrassing to even talk about. Like, a black friend of mine asked me where I was going on my tour. Got very nervous. I went, oh, you know, like Calgary and Edmonton, and then this town to the north, and like Lethbridge, and he was like, oh, what was the name of the town? I was like, I don't remember. And he went, Slave Lake, and I was like, yeah, Slave Lake. Yeah, they're paying us a bunch of money, you know, and he was like, oh, they're paying you. Interesting. So that's the joke that got me in trouble. That's that one. A lot of Albertans super mad at me in the comments, and basically, a lot of them were like, well, it's not named after, you know, it's named after the Slavey First Nation, except they're from Alberta, so they weren't using the term First Nation. And it's not edgy for me, that's just what happened. Very toxic comment section. But that was the point that they were trying to make. There was like, it's named after the Slavey First Nation. And I was like, man, maybe I, you know, misjudged or something. And I looked it up. It's not particularly funny, but what happened essentially is that the Cree First Nation used to capture and enslave the Dene First Nation, and then white people, settlers came along and were like, we're gonna call you guys the Slavey First Nation. And the Dene were like, what? No. And they're like, too late, we already named 2 lakes in a town after you. So that's basically what happened, but it's a little bit hard to explain that to a bunch of truck profile pictures. The thing was, a lot of these comments, I thought they were going to affect me more than they did. There's a lot of people being mean to me, but the thing is, a lot of them were very conservative, right? And a lot of them were so conservative, they didn't even realize, like, they didn't know how to insult a liberal person, like myself. Truly, like, one of the comments, this guy thought he was roasting me, for real. He literally said, ugh, I can tell from this guy's vibe, he supports the LGBTQ community. Thanks. Yeah. What did he think? I was gonna be like, no! No, I'm homophobic actually! Please, Greg, let me ride in your Silverado! Another comment that I thought was so funny. This guy went, ugh, I've seen female comedians way funnier than this guy. I was like, okay, I bombed so hard I converted him into a feminist. I love that. I love just imagining him looking at me on his phone so mad, just like, I guess I'll give Ali Wong another shot, you know?